Today at shop.com we're going to be doing our TTS calipers and our rear suspension lift. We're also going to probably try to see if we can not have it rub anymore. Okay, so today we're going to be installing our front calipers, the TTS ones. We'll talk a little bit more about this upgrade as we go through the actual install itself. But we have stainless lines and our calipers, and then we're going to bleed everything and go through.
And new rotors.
And new pads and rotors.
We're also going to do the rear suspension, which is the other half of what we did in the other episode. It's the Forge lift spacers that we do in the back that will lift the springs, essentially.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
I don't know. I always feel bad throwing this stuff away.
Yeah, but what purpose is it going to serve?
I don't know, frankly. I'm living on the edge here. Here we go, a little mechanics wire. What are you using? Why have you not cut that yet?
Because I don't want to cut it too short.
What are you doing?
I'm tying up the brake caliper. Watch out.
I know, you're going to blind somebody.
I got it. Watch out.
That someone, I'm not going to mention who, actually cut it so that it's not an obscenely long piece of mechanics wire. Can you cut that, please?
It's fine. I don't want to waste it.
We'll have 2 pieces of mechanics wire.
It's safe.
They'll both be useful.
That long piece of mechanics wire was useful for the task at hand.
Which task was that?
Holding all of the things I held.
It held one thing. It
no, it held the headlight and the brake rotor and the spring and the carrier. Did you take that bolt off?
Yeah. Come on, noob. Yeah. We're clearly making a giant mess here.
Oh.
Now, I've done it.
You have succeeded.
I've gotten all over the floor. I'm taking this backing plate off because our new Rotors are going to be too big. Now I got to take this guy off here, and I got to unclip it from here so that we can remove this line and swap to our different line. And the reason we need a line is because this guy has a different type of fitting size than the one on the TTS calipers.
Anything worth doing is worth overdoing. 20.4 pounds. That's a 340 millimeter rotor. The stock rotor is 18.1 pounds.
What we're about to do off camera, so the world doesn't get mad at us, is clean these rotor hubs up, because otherwise people get crazy. And then we're gonna get 12 comments from people who say, "You didn't clean them." That's what happens.
But they're right.
So what? Just jam this copper thing in here?
Jam the copper thing through the back. Yeah, I believe so. I'm about to find out myself. I got the other clips in, and now I'm gonna flip the script and see what I can do here. Oh yeah, that guy went in nice and smooth. That went way easier than I expected. You see, you slide this guy right through the back. So the pads go in there. We got those clips, 1, 2, 3, 4 clips there, the pads, and then you slide this guy through the back to lock all this stuff in place. We are now locked and loaded. I feel like that's a dad joke.
Well, you're a dad.
That's what a dad says when you're in the car and everybody has their seatbelts on. Then you say locked and loaded.
Well, you're a father of 3.
That's true.
Did you ever think that you were going to be a father of 3?
No, I wasn't planning to be either.
Back when you were popping mollies and sweating?
There was a lot of sweaty grinding in my life, but it didn't involve any type of molly at all. You want to show the folks at home what a banjo bolt is, Nathan? It doesn't involve a banjo or a jaw harp. Okay, banjo bolt. See this guy? Has a hole in it, right? Also has a hole in it.
It's because the fitting is shaped like a banjo.
It's not.
It is. Look at it.
You put the washers on either side like so, and it allows fluid to pass through the bolt itself because it's hollow in the center.
So we need to get some pressure in here and then pump the brakes once we have some pressure.
Yeah, I was like, don't pump them yet. Let's not do that.
Well, I'm not going to do that now, but we need to do that after we bleed it somewhat because the pads are really far away.
Ooh, you touched my tra-la-la. Oh no, I got brake fluid on my knee. Okay, I'm done, Max is done.
I finished first.
He did finish before me, But I've been entertaining the kids. That's you guys at home.
Our fan base is probably over 30.
I don't know. We'd have to check the analytics. I don't know if that's true. It is predominantly male. I think it's about 4% female. I'm going to assume that half of you are on your wife's or girlfriend's accounts, which means maybe 2% of our viewers are female. So we're going to get our brakes bled now. So all of our lines are hooked up. We're going to go, we have our bleeder, and we're going to get this thing hooked up so we can bleed these things and then do our rear stuff and test drive, make sure everything functions great with these. So we're going to get this thing bled. Watch these skills.
Ooh, watch me. Watch me.
Ooh, watch me. Watch me. Watch me spill, and watch me spill it.
So you're too cool for a funnel?
Too cool for school. I'm not really too cool. I just didn't really feel like going to get it. If you'd like to know how to flush brakes, I think you did with Charles, actually. My boy Charlie and I, Charlie and Chocolate Factory, we made a DIY on brake fluid flushes. Nathan's going to link that.
Filmed on location at the Chocolate Factory.
With Charlie himself. I don't know, probably about 30?
That seems like way too much.
I was thinking 20.
It's like 15 is the most, because that little plastic reservoir likes to explode as they get older.
Explode? It's not gonna explode.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
The old B5s used to do it.
You don't want to go crazy over tightenings, or else you will strip them out, and you are going to have a bad time. Yeah, it's thrilling. It's like watching paint dry.
You have to make sure that you bleed the inner and the outer screws, because there are 2 bleed screws on these ginormous, gigantic, medium-sized calipers. Oop.
Oh.
Paul's always fiddling with the headlights every episode.
I know, I feel like every episode I'm dealing with headlight stuff. I'm not even trying to deal with headlight stuff now. There's dirt from someone driving this stupid thing through.
Using it for what we built it for?
Well, we didn't intend on having dirt in this thing yet. This will be just every episode I take the headlight out.
It's going to be the running meme.
Yeah. I was like, oh, what do you got to take the headlight out today, Pinky?
In the brain?
Yes. This guy is actually what the side headlight bolt actually mounts to, and eventually once we have a bumper cover, it will also mount to this thing. So,
which there is a bumper cover coming for everybody.
For all the people freaking out saying that our bumper cover doesn't look good, first of all, you're wrong. It looks amazing.
Yeah, and how we feel about that.
Second of all, we have another setup. So when we do the other setup,
Second of all, you can go.
Going down. Oh yeah.
I feel like I just took these off.
Mushroom? It is a mushroom.
It's stuck in the tire.
We got mushrooms in our tire. Psychedelic mushrooms. I knew this car was Colorado. They've been doing drugs in this mother.
It's already out. Just pull it.
Why are you doing that to me? Why you do that? I feel great. This is way better than most nights.
Just hit the punch. You ready for extreme danger?
Bazinga! Hold on. Go ahead, let her down.
Tell this is the best. Paul, you stepped directly in front of the shop.
Jack's all walking. There's a lot of pressure. We're gonna jam that thing in there. It's gonna lift it up. It's a suspension lift, not a body lift like it is in the front.
He's right.
That little thing
He's right about
makes
that.
the spring go down. Our shock, though, is still the same length, so it does limit us on down travel.
He's right. So, we're gonna lift this thing up. This spacer goes in between your spring perch and the body of the car. This, unlike the front, that actually is above the suspension travel. This, because of obviously the way the suspension is set up on this car, you are not lifting in the same manner. So what you do is, part of the problem with rear setups is they can only go so high because you're limiting the suspension travel by lifting the vehicle up in this circumstance. So you actually can go higher than this, and we are gonna at a later point go higher than this with this setup in the rear, but from my understanding, anything further than this or maybe a little bit higher, you get into the territory of needing to replace the shocks with Atlas setup. So we actually, there are kits that people put together. We put together a similar kit with all the factory stuff, of Atlas suspension stuff that you need for swapping this. So we're gonna do that at a later time. Right now we have to get ready for our event that's coming, so we're not gonna be messing with that now. So all we're gonna do is throw this guy in as soon as Max moves that jack out of the way and get this guy in place. and get that spring perch in and let this thing walk in. We're gonna slowly jack up from there and then get this thing walked in place.
Which bolt was which? You didn't pay attention, did you? The longer one goes.
The dirtier one goes in the shock, yeah.
All right, keep going. Holy shit, balls.
Careful.
My hand broke off.
Careful. You alright?
Yeah, that was fine. Okay. I'm just trying to be nice to the threads, but okay, YOLO.
Gotta adjust our situation here. That's quite a little situation that happens there.
Why did it go that way?
Oh, that's not correct. The rubber is the problem.
Yes, it is the problem.
The rubber's got to get reseated.
I
So,
don't want to do that.
well, we got to. So, take that bolt out. Yeah.
So we're in extreme danger right now. This is the name of the game tonight.
Good?
Yeah, that was me doing it.
You get the old hammer. That action works awfully well.
Alright, somebody's got to get on the other side and see what needs to happen with that bolt.
Just run that in. Here.
Is it lined up?
Yeah. There you go. It's all the way in.
Send it.
Send, you just
Where's-
full on send mode. It's on your butt.
Are you stuck?
Yeah. Ow.
Do I
Yeah, come
this?
off. Alright, there we go. Hey, so Max knows exactly what happened.
That's the reason why I had to hit the hammer to tighten that.
Go ahead.
Are you on this one?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, on that
Okay.
one. I'm not in a dangerous place this time.
Next one.
Go ahead.
I tightened it, it turned the wrench up and pinned his hand is what happened.
It pinned my fingers between the control arm and the wrench.
These springs are really in there. Here we go. Jack it up, homeboy. Alright, hold on.
There you go. There you go. Oh yeah.
Yes. You done?
Yep.
Going down.
Clear. This guy is pretty close. We're pretty close there.
It is pretty-
If we get too much mud in this thing,
Oh yeah.
It's self-cleaning.
this thing is really high.
How do you turn these on?
I feel very odd with this situation. Here we go. Something rubbed.
Rubbed back here.
It was in the back?
Yes, for sure. 100%. Rubs in the front when you brake.
Rubs in the front when you brake, apparently. We definitely only have one fog light on right now.
I told you, that's what it seems like.
Either that or they're just aimed so close together that you can't tell. Which is possible. It's like a Cyclops.
Oh, hey, there's still over there. I'll show our code. Pour that out.
Don't you show our code, it's super secret.
It's the
Cyclops fog light. It's so weird how high it is. Huh. You know what? Turn it off here. I was thinking, look at that where the corner of the rotor kind of meets that hat section. Look at it, kind of looks a little shiny there, but I don't think so. It looked like there were some witness marks like down in that section near the pad, but I don't think that's actually what that is now after looking at it.
It looks like it's just dust.
Yeah, I think it's just dust that kicked up. Yeah. Switching drivers.
Switcheroo?
Switcheroo.
The way you bed in brakes is you go from like 40 to 5. Like 5 times. It rubs a little on the front and in the back. It does sound like it might be rubbing.
It's definitely rubbing.
That might be what is happening under braking. Is that like you said?
It's rubbing. Yeah. Yeah.
These tires suck for braking.
Well, yeah, they're on off-road tires. They're not track tires. Oh,
There's some rubbing there.
there's a little bit of rubbing on that one. We need to go higher.
So, we just took it on a test drive and heard a little bit of rubbing. So now what we're gonna do is pull off this wheel and try and see if we can figure out where it's rubbing at. Which I can tell you I can already see. If you look in here, see it's all shiny. Paint's all worn off. This is right here too. That's a stout piece of metal.
That's probably gonna be a hard time to. We may have to cut it and repaint it.
I wish the fender wasn't on.
Oh, the angle grinder? No.
Oh. There you go.
Okay, that's gone now. We should definitely paint over this.
Yeah. It's good to know.
Doesn't need to be like super well covered.
Don't spray the tiny color.
Hold on.
This engine doesn't have
Yeah,
a tiny
yeah. No, we need to get a little more paper in here. If we're gonna.
Okay.
Good thing we're wearing gloves.
It's a good thing I'm wearing gloves. More here. I have too much red. There you go. Perfect.
Nothing but the finest of repairs.
Nothing but the finest. Not on the other side.
Want to close your eyes?
Yeah, thanks.
It's a good thing we just have oodles of packing material.
Yeah.
Let's do our outro. Are you filming?
Yeah.
All right, so today with Project Alltrack, we messed with the headlights some more,
I got dirt on here.
installed our rear lift, painted some things, removed a bracket, found some rubbing, installed some brakes, bled the brakes, had way less struggle than any other episode.
This is the least struggling episode we've had yet. It was smooth sailing pretty much the whole way.
Yes. Next time, we're probably going to add some power to this thing, get it ready for an event we have coming up, which we'll have more details on in the next episode. If you haven't seen anything else, this is part of a whole series with this car. We've got links to the playlist somewhere.
This car was bought as for anybody not familiar, a salvage, and so it was wrecked when we bought it. So you can check out the beginning to end, and we'll make sure that Nathan links to the playlist so that you can check it all out if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, and if you're watching this when it comes out, you can watch all the old ones, and if you're watching this in the future, all the new ones. Thumbs up, subscribe,
Say-
share it with all your buddies.
These grills, I think, hot take, it's way better without the grills. Way better.